You're listening to the New Artist Workshop.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears.
What'd you do with the ones we lent you last week?
Stuck them on my chariot.
Why?
Because they're charioteers.
No!
Hello and welcome back to your favorite podcast. Now that's what I call a franchise. I'm Peter Mancuso.
And I'm Viviana Metzger. I'm just kidding. And I'm Viviana Metzger.
No. It's funny because you're pretending to. That's how you sound half the time.
Whatever. And I'm Viviana Metzger, and this is the show where Peter and I pick a film franchise and go through every single installment. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And to be clear, we're defining a franchise as a series of films with at least 4 entries. So Viviana, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about the 1981 film, The Muppets Go to the Movies. And this is your one and only spoiler warning, so if you haven't watched the movie, go do that before listening to this episode. It's on YouTube.
It's on, again, all these things have not been like re-released on any. Though this I believe was maybe like did have a VHS or something, but certainly not a DVD.
You know, we usually talk about a lack of media preservation in video games, but sometimes these things get lost too.
Of course. It's just with games, it's harder to preserve because there's so many things. There's so many other dimensions to it. Mm-hmm. Like, this is totally irrelevant, but the thing that, like, really fucked me up thinking about with game preservation. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, let's say you preserve every game. How do you preserve a multiplayer game? How do you preserve Club Penguin?
Oh,
because the game exists, but what makes the game is the social interaction. So by default, any emulated version is like a facsimile. It's not like a true pure. So like,
well, that one would just mean keeping up the server, right? Which they
have like fan servers.
They put it
like,
down, right? Yeah.
They shut it down. They put it down like a dog, like an animal.
He died like a dog.
He died like a dog, a beautiful dog. Why don't you read the letterbox blurb?
Alrighty.
Letterbox
blurb.
when the letterbox blurb is talking about what dates this was filmed, that's when you know there's not a lot to say.
Okay.
All right.
In this 1 hour special taped between March 9th and the 17th of 1981, Lily Tomlin and Dudley Moore join the Muppets in a tribute to film classics. Kermit the Frog hosts the program, which begins with an all-cast rendition of Hey, a Movie from the Great Muppet Caper.
Exquisitely performed, Viviana.
I don't know what any of those words mean.
It's like, I know what they mean individually, but putting them all together.
Also, can we talk about... Do you know what a caper is? Because I know what a caper is, like the food, but I don't think that's what they mean.
It's like hard to explain. A caper is almost like...
Because I keep thinking of like caviar. It's not caviar, but...
No. A caper is a playful skipping movement. An activity or an escapade, typically one that is illicit or ridiculous. It's like a caper. Like
a silly dance number.
Well, not a silly dance number, but like a silly adventure. Or like a...
Okay. Well, I just keep thinking of the edible flower buds.
The capers?
Yeah, aren't they like...
That you'd put in like food?
Aren't they salty? Aren't
they like little... Isn't it seafood or...
No, that it's a plant, but caviar is seafood. It's fish eggs.
No, I know that, but I thought capers were a fish thing.
Me too, but I guess not.
Oh, interesting. Well, luckily for you, this has nothing to do with it.
Okay, because that's what I keep thinking of, but I don't know what other caper is.
It's like a silly adventure. Okay. An escapade. An escapade is the exact word.
Why don't they just say adventure? The Great Muppet Adventure.
I don't know.
Or the Great Muppet Silly Time.
We're not even on that movie.
Okay.
Save this for that movie.
Okay.
So, we were watching a video about vocal stimming, and we were like, what are R's? That's definitely one. Going waka waka. And also doing the Emmett Otter blooper. Frank Oz going, hubba wah! Hubba wah!
Brothers.
Okay. Well, viewers, listeners, whoever you are, you didn't come to hear us vocally stim. You came here to learn some stuff and hear our thoughts. So, Basic Info was directed by Peter Harris.
I didn't know you directed this.
That's not my last name. I can't believe it. It was written by Jim Henson, Jerry Jewell, and Chris Langham. Produced by Jim Henson.
Wouldn't it be Langham?
Impossible. Sure. Yeah, I guess.
Like if that's people say like Shoreham. Like
written by Jim Henson, Jerry Jewell, and Chris Langham. Produced by Jim Henson. This was on ABC.
Langham.
Lang Arbogast. That's another vocal stem from Psycho. The movie Psycho. And this was on in May 1981, which was about a month before The Great Muppet Caper came out. What side comment do you have?
From this Psycho.
Yeah. I was going to say that about you, but you would go. See, I'm laughing about it.
You're not laughing.
I'm letting it just roll off. I'm just letting
You're
it just...
You're not even
But if I said, you'd be like, what?
You don't need to insult me.
This came out about a month before The Great Muppet Caper came out. And again, it's very much... And it's very much like the Muppets Go Hollywood, where it's very much very much promotional. Though in contrast to that one, this one actually like can kind of stand on its own. Mm-hmm. Because there's multiple segments.
It ends very abruptly. Just like to say that.
I guess so. What do you mean?
I don't know. It just seems like there should have been a little bit more. Like, I was happy it was over, but.
Well, now you know how Viviana feels about it.
But I don't know. It just seemed like, okay, bye. I was like, oh, you did like a little introduction. You're not gonna do a little outro kind of thing?
I thought they did do it like an outro thing. They all sang the song together.
I know, but then there was like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
You were just looking for a little bit more.
Yeah.
But... Again, we'll just skip the previous experience because neither of us had seen this before. So again, like talking about what we thought, like I said, it's I thought it was more interesting than the fake Hollywood party, which was all of Muppets Go Hollywood.
Yeah, it was interesting, or it was like cool to see them do their little bits from movies. I thought it would be. I got a little nervous because I was like, oh shit, this was made in 1981, so. Any of the movies had to be before that, and so
ew, old movies.
And so it was like, oh, I hope I get the references. But then
these are pretty wide sweeping cultural references.
Yeah.
But there's some deep cuts again, like the
Finnish auteur,
like doing like a Ingmar Bergman Sweden
or
Swedish film, which is perfect because they have the Swedish chef,
of course,
right? Of course. But again, it's interesting, because of the three, excuse me,
sure.
Of the three like original Muppet movies, so the Muppet movie, The Great Muppet Caper, and The Muppets Take Manhattan, which you've seen, if you remember, we watched it years ago.
Is that with Persnippety Jersey?
Yes, she's talking about the
Parsippany.
Passaic, New Jersey.
Passaic? Oh, I don't know.
Parsnippety?
That's a place, right?
Parsnippety?
No, Parson.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Yeah, Parsippany. Right?
Where's that?
In New Jersey. Parsippany?
Persephone?
Parsippany, Troy Hills.
Anyway, so yes, Viviana, you've seen... let's stay on tap. I feel like...
Let's stay on tap.
I stay on task. I was going to say topic. And then I switched to task. My point is, of the three original movies, it's weird that its promotional thing is a celebration of Hollywood history. Mm-hmm. Considering of the original three movies, this is the least having to do with show business. It has nothing to do with show business.
Isn't the Caper like...
They solve a mystery. The premise is that they're journalists, and they go and they thwart like a big heist of like a jewel or whatever. Like, it's of the three, it's my least favorite of the three because it has like the least heart. It's just kind of like fun or funny or.
Oh, I thought it was just an expanded version of this. Why do they have like dance numbers and stuff?
Because it's still like a musical? Like non-diegetic musical numbers, you mean?
Okay.
Viviana is discovering the concept of a movie.
No, like, because there's like an extended scene of like Miss Piggy and Kermit, and they're doing like dancing with an ensemble.
Yes, because it's a movie musical.
What does that have to do with solving a mystery? When do you have the time?
What do song and dance have to do with the French Revolution?
I'm just saying.
Fun fact: Les Mis is not actually about the French Revolution. It's about the 1848 rebellion, the June Rebellion. Yes, but my point is that it's not. Musicals don't just have to be about musicals.
What?
What?
So wait.
It's called non-diegetic.
So someone made Les Mis into a musical, right? Because Hugo, like,
that was a book.
He was
from like the 1840s.
Right? Yeah, and the other one too that you said.
Hunchback.
Yes, Hunchback. So someone made it into
a musical.
Right? Okay.
Yes. Okay. It's called an adaptation.
No, I know. It's just like how true is it? You know, like
how true is it?
Has
to
it
the
been
source
like
material?
Hamiltonified? Like, you know.
From my understanding, I mean, it's pretty. Obviously, there's things that are different, but it's still pretty like it's pretty still the broad strokes.
Okay.
Because it's still like a 900-page novel. Mm. So if you think the musical's long, like it's still. So the point is, the Great Muppet Caper is a musical.
Okay.
But it's non-diet. They're not singing within.
But they're like fancy. It's like a.
Because they go to England.
It's like an old Hollywood type thing with a sound stage and like an ensemble and like dancers and stuff. So it doesn't seem like,
That's just how they did it back then.
No, I know, but it seems like if it was like, oh, we're solving a mystery, it would be like a song in the street or something. Like it would be like,
we gotta solve this mystery.
You know, like in High School Musical, like it's always like, it's like an exaggeration of a scene or of what would already be happening.
No, it's musical numbers. I think we already have puppets. Let's just, like, why limit ourselves to what's realistic?
Okay.
Viviana is struggling with the concept of a movie musical. I thought we had recovered this.
Yes, that's okay.
I mean, the Muppet movie is a musical.
And they're on location.
I suppose. What about Never Before?
That's a fantasy.
It's a fantasy.
So unless there's multiple fantasies.
Oh, yeah. So what did you think of this movie? I'm just saying it's interesting that they doing a celebration of Hollywood history when of the three movies it's the least having to do with performing arts. Because the Muppet movie is about going to Hollywood and the Muppets Take Manhattan is about Broadway.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was cute. I liked some of the things.
Fun pop culture parody. Viviana loves good pop culture references.
Yes, I do.
People complain like, oh, movies with pop culture references, they're so dated. Viviana eats it up.
Yeah.
She's like, I know that thing!
Because they're like little Easter eggs, you can find them. You know, like
an Easter egg, they make it very clear. It's not an Easter egg. Those are just eggs for breakfast.
Whereas, like, I'm not really a fan of it in music because I think that should be more timeless. But like something like Shark Tale, I'm a big fan.
The quintessential Hollywood.
It's so funny. It has a stacked cast. It has funny.
Yes, doing some of their worst work in their careers.
They still did it.
So they cashed the check. The check didn't bounce.
They still put it on their resumes. So,
but it is a fun celebration of Hollywood history, up to that point, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? At this point, cinema as a medium wasn't even like 100 years old yet.
I know.
No, that's arguable, but it depends. But like the filmmaking truly begins like in the 1890s. Yeah. Truly. Mm-hmm.
So
there were like experiments.
I thought it was good. I kind of liked it when it was like more of a movie, but unless I'm just not getting the references, it kind of like makes it a more general genres at some point.
Like, you prefer when they're spoofing Casablanca, not just horror movies in general.
Yeah, just because I don't know.
Because you like to recognize the stuff.
I guess so, but I don't know. It's like...
Well, no, that makes sense.
It's
because...
like a one-to-one as opposed to like making something up. Whereas like
spoofing something specific, that you're working off of a foundation.
Because that's
subvert expectations.
What they're doing, right? That's essentially what they're doing, and they like is explicit about it, right? So doing it kind of broadly is like, okay, well,
yeah,
this is not really a reenactment, right? Like the Wizard of Oz or whatever was like very clear, like the dedication, but it more so just like genre in general, I suppose.
Yeah.
At some points.
Yeah, the things like the Casablanca and the Wizard of Oz are like, again, very specific, and then you have like the horror movie one, which did result in the funniest gag in the thing, where the experiment creates an explosion that literally rips open the screen screen of the movie.
Yes.
And they're like, it blows, and then they do a silent movie for the next gag, but that's where the monster ended up in the silent movie somehow.
He was in the silent movie?
Yeah, that was the gag. Viviana was not paying attention.
No, in the silent, in the strawberry thing.
No, that wasn't silent. It was just in Swedish.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about now. Sorry. Yes, with Ralph.
Sloppy in your old age.
Well, I thought it was funny because Ralph was like, "Oh, do you have another screen?" They were like, "Yeah," and then it was this baby screen.
Yes, they're like, it's a cheap and tacky screen. It's like, it's okay. It's a cheap and tacky movie. It's like, sir, Ralph. But the whole thing's kind of an extended episode of the Muppet Show. Mm-hmm. And that's like my one piece of trivia is that they use the same sets for the Muppet Show. Mm-hmm. And in fact, I think I read this was the last thing filmed on that set. So I think the Muppet Show ended around this time.
Oh.
But then they made this, and this was like the last kind of thing. So I didn't put it, but one of the Letterboxd reviews was like, they kind of got emotional watching it in hindsight. Mm-hmm. Because like when Kermit locks up the Muppet Theater, it's like, oh, that's it. Mm. In a way, that's almost like the series finale. Mm-hmm. In a way.
And it was rushed.
It was rushed. It didn't have It didn't have the climax Viviana was hoping for. But again, like we talked about our issues with the Muppet Show in previous episodes, but at the very least, again, compared to the Muppets Go Hollywood, this at least actually keeps my attention and interest because there's like the different segments and you don't know what to expect. Whereas Muppets Go Hollywood, it's just basically 50 minutes of like a spoof of a Hollywood party televised. But like it gets old after like 5 minutes. This at least I was like, okay, like this is fun.
Yeah. I think another reason why I like the like one-to-one adaptations is because it's like we know what to expect, but then like they like Muppify it, and then it's like the joy silly.
It's the subverting of the expectation. So like
the
scene in Casablanca when they're by the
and she gets
planes,
blown away,
but then like, the wind is so windy from the airplanes that like blows them away. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's silly.
And when Kermit is like in a fighter plane and he's like, war is heck. Also, it was really funny when they did Gone with the Wind. It was Goon with the Wind. Because of course now Goon has a different content, has another implication.
Yeah, like you're a goon.
No.
Working for a boss.
Viviana, are you familiar with the concept of edging?
Yes.
Good to know.
They've changed the name now.
I don't think they changed. I think they've added
No.
added a new dimension to it.
Edging, but a little
You're
different.
like, back in my day, it cost 10 cents to go to the movies, and we called it edging. None of this gooning crap.
My mind doesn't go straight to the gutter, but...
My mind doesn't go straight to the gutter. Well, good for you. Good for you.
I think you need to go fishing.
Nah, Vivian, you live in the gutter.
I do not live in the gutter.
You're a dirty, dirty girl.
What?
Can we talk about the casual racism in that one bit where it was supposed to be like a Japanese 50 sci-fi B movie.
Was it supposed to be racist, or were they just adapting that it's in Japanese?
Yeah, but it was Dudley Moore doing fake Japanese. He was just going like, he was just like making noises.
Oh, I thought he was actually speaking.
That's why I wasn't sure at first, but then there was a part later
there were subtitles.
He may have been doing it, but even if he was...
What? Only Japanese people can speak Japanese?
He was supposed to be Japanese. Oh. I think. Because why would he be speaking Japanese and she wasn't speaking?
Well, I did think it was weird that she wasn't. Because I thought that was like the whole thing, was that like you watch like Godzilla like in Japanese or whatever, you know, like.
They do the gag about, again, like this isn't just like
giant rats.
The villain was like,
those rats are so big.
Those are pretty big rats. Like it's not just a spoof of like the bottom of the barrel stuff, but it's like very hyper specific, like about how dubs, like making fun of dubs like the lips don't match up, so that they do that with Statler and Waldorf. Mm-hmm. And I laughed. I remember you weren't sure because you weren't like really paying attention. I was like, no, it's like, I think you just thought like the video was out of sync because it was a shitty cop quality.
I don't know.
But yeah, it was very insensitive.
Yeah. Well,
it was just that one part.
I thought it was weird that they switched. What was that about?
They switched the languages?
Yeah.
The whole point of that segment just kind of went over my head, frankly.
I don't understand. Jason.
Can we talk about the sexual tension between Kermit and Lily Tomlin?
So
they have to keep their love hidden from a vengeful Miss Piggy. who is upset another woman is talking to the guy she has a crush on. And they're not official. But yet she was trying to break up John Denver's marriage. So, okay, Miss Piggy. So it's okay when you do it.
That's my man.
Remember he said, like, the jury's still out from the frog.
Because he's playing hard to get. Everyone knows they're in love.
I don't know.
Well, she's very clearly, at least in the Muppet movie, it's very clear that she likes him.
Yeah, she likes him, but he's like not sure how he feels. Well, he falls in love, but then she burns him.
Well,
because that's the thing about Miss Piggy is that it's
a woman's got to have a career.
No, but it's not about the career; it's about the emotional volatility.
Oh.
That you don't know what pig you're waking up to. You know.
Yeah, Sam, look at the rope.
Kermit, I just have to talk to my agent. It'll be a teensy moment.
Yeah, what do you got? A commercial? Take it.
Goodbye. He's like, what the hey?
After spending 4 cents on the finest wine of Idaho.
It's wine, but it's like white wine.
Yes,
it looks like ginger ale.
Like prosecco or like the, what is it called? Oh, Wellman's or something.
I don't know, but I think prosecco
sparkling
is
cider. The sparkling cider.
Sure.
The stuff you get for kids for New Year's.
Oh yeah, like the sparkling grape juice or whatever it is. But it's not like purple grape juice.
No.
Yeah.
It's white grapes.
Anyway, white grapes. None of those other diverse grapes. Just the white ones.
How did they...
Anyway.
Oh, I guess green, technically. Anyways.
That's all I got about this.
And she's a lesbian.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lily Tomlin is a lesbian. We needed to make sure you knew that, listeners.
Yes, she's a lesbian. I looked it up. She is still alive. She was in...
Of course.
Well, he's not.
Oh.
She was in, Grace and Frankie.
Of course.
Gracie and Frankie. Okay.
With Jane Fonda.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know who she was, and then I was like, oh, it's the lady from that show.
Yes. Do you have anything else to say about this?
She was also in Magic School.
No, I'm not asking about... Do you have any other pieces of info about Lily Tomlin? I'm asking you, do you have anything else to say about the Muppets Go to the Movies?
I think it was silly when they were doing the chariot races and Gonzo's horse was a chicken and the other one was a shark. And then
I didn't pick that
and
one.
I forgot what the other one was.
Neil deGrasse Tyson watching it. Impossible.
Impossible. That's what you said when he pulled out a piano.
Oh yeah, in Roman times. Pianos didn't exist then. Anyway, do you want to hear some Letterboxd reviews?
Sure.
Okay, well, on Letterboxd says a 3.41 out of 5. So people seem to like this fine enough.
Okay.
Again, it's basically just a Muppet Show episode, extended out to fit an hour time slot.
Yeah.
Here's some reviews I found. Laura Venning writes, this features a parody of Ingmar Bergman's Wild Strawberry, starring Beaker as the Angel of Death. And honestly, I don't know what else anyone could want from cinema.
I didn't think that was so funny. I love Beaker. He's so silly. He's like,
Imagine you're on your deathbed and the Angel of Death comes into your hospital room and it's Beaker.
and he's like, no, I'm not ready to go.
How can everyone understand what he's saying? Just S, that's their username. S
Period.
S period writes, Criterion Collection when? Sir. And then Ava writes, damn, we only got 5 minutes in before this got super racist.
Yeah.
Oh well, but you know what? People loved racism in 1981.
You know what? It's because
it was Reagan's America. Everyone went, okay, we haven't been allowed to be racist for 12 years. Because of when MLK was assassinated, we weren't allowed to be racist. And now Reagan's been elected. Okay, now we can be racist again. And I'm only half joking.
I suppose so. But I figure it's just because they like the B movies.
There's like an element of there's like an element of like ignorant racism.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it okay.
It's not 1940s Batman.
Okay. That's for sure.
Okay.
It is not 1940s serial Batman, okay?
Oh, I also love Pepe.
He has yet to come onto the scene.
He's not born yet.
He hasn't been born. Okay, Viviana. I know you. I had to stop you from talking about this movie because you just had so much to say. But if you could pick one thing, what would your favorite part be? Scene, character, actor, line, what?
I'm trying to decide between The Wizard of Oz and Beaker. I think maybe The Wizard of Oz.
Well, you're gonna love another movie in this season that we're gonna watch with Ashanti as Dorothy.
Then who is Miss Piggy? Maybe Glinda. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Glinda. But I think she's also the Wicked Witch.
Is she really?
Or maybe not. But I think she's maybe the Wicked Witch of the East that gets crushed at first. I don't know. I've never seen it.
No, I thought it was silly. And I also thought it was funny that that for Gonzo they like taped over his nose, so it's like just kind of like sticking out, like
when he's the Tin Man, you mean?
Yeah, like it's not just like him in a Tin Man suit. It's like they also like tried to cover his nose, but it's like just a piece of cardboard sticking out. So I was looking at that. It was funny. Yeah.
Okay. That's
I like
pretty...
the songs.
The songs!
If I only had a brain.
The heart. The noise. The noise. This is so unrelated. I do not like the Wizard of Oz movie. Which is weird because you think I would really like it. I mean, I like it. It's like a 6 out of 10. Like it really. If I never watch Wizard of Oz again, I will not be upset.
The Wizard of Oz.
Like the 1939 Wizard of Oz. Yes.
Interesting.
Because it has all the markings of me liking it.
Yeah.
Hollywood classic, vibrant color, song. Something about it just pisses me off and annoys me. It's just something about it so annoying. Oh, it's not just because it's an older movie. Because I've seen movies from 1939 that aren't like that.
Yeah.
There's something about it. And I didn't dislike
like
it.
Overplayed or something, or like
it's a little overplayed. They really chew the scenery, and I know like what do you expect? It's the Wizard of Oz, but like even for the Wizard of Oz,
I think the Scarecrow eats it up pretty well.
Like I don't care for the performances. I don't care for the.
Hey, they got hurt. You better care for the performances.
They got hurt?
Yes.
I'm not gonna ask. because that's a rabbit hole.
And also there was the little person who got hung.
That's not true. That is not true.
Supposedly.
That would be like major news if that had actually happened.
Yeah, they changed the clip. Doi.
No, they changed it because people were like seeing a blur, and they were just like, we don't want to deal with people being like making like conspiracy theories about our movie.
And the MGM lion ate his trainer the day after they filmed.
My favorite part of the Muppets Go to the Move.
That's
Jesus
what
Christ.
I hear.
This season has been like the Muppets, chaotic, all over the place.
That's what the Muppets bring. What are you gonna speak about it eloquently? Oh, what?
I tried to about the Muppet movie, and you were like, I don't get it.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried to. My favorite part. What?
You're reading a little deep into it, but
okay.
your favorite part.
My favorite part after burping, because that's my favorite part of anything.
Oh.
Is
Okay.
I don't even know. It just kind of all blurred together.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have a favorite part, I guess. Like I said, I like when the horror explosion blows up the screen and they break the fourth wall.
Okay, maybe that.
That was a funny gag.
Yeah.
That was a funny gag. Okay, yeah. Let's settle on that.
Ralph, Ralph.
Oh, Ralph the dog. Viviana, the time has come. What are you giving the Muppets Go to the movies?
Let's see. So, I guess I'll give it a 6.
A 6?
Because I would give it a 5, but I don't think it's worse than Hey Cinderella. So...
Would you rather watch this or the John Denver Muppets Christmas special?
Probably this.
Yeah? What about the Great Santa Claus Switch?
That's a toughie. I don't know. Probably the Great Santa Claus Switch, so I guess we'll put it down there.
Interesting.
I was gonna put it on the top of my 6s, but I guess that's where it goes.
Okay. I think I'm also gonna give it a 6. That's where it goes. But I'm actually gonna put it at the top of my 6s.
Okay.
Because
Better than the Frog Prince.
100%.
Oh my.
Those early ones, except that were kind of a slog. Those early ones.
Oh my.
Whereas this one, again, it's like a little more familiar. It's like it's this Muppet characters you know and love. It's like the Muppet Show, and like while I probably will never watch this again, it was entertaining enough as we went because it was so many different segments. So like if you were getting bored of something, like and just wait a couple minutes and it'll move on to something else.
Yeah.
Though as a consequence of that, it felt way longer than it was.
It was
just because there was so
long.
much stuff. Because there's just so much stuff.
And there's like not really a structure, so it was just like how long is this thing? And it felt like it just kept going on forever because like
there was no build because it's not like a story. So there's you don't have like a good story. Like you might not know exactly how many minutes are left, but usually have an idea. You could feel okay, we're like near the end of the story.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, like it's just a skit after skit after skit, so it's like you don't know when it's gonna end.
Yeah.
So I think it did end conclusively because I forget what song they sang, but they went through all of the movies that they had spoofed and cut between everyone singing the songs.
Yeah.
Which made it very clear, okay, this is the end.
Yeah.
But so I don't think your issue is that it ended abruptly, but rather you got to the end abruptly. Rather. Does that make sense?
I guess so.
Like it was like you didn't even know you were at the end, and then like the ending appeared. I think that's more the issue. Does that make sense?
Yeah, maybe so. I guess they didn't need a lot afterwards, but I thought they would. I don't know. I guess it was like a strange length for me because like it would either be that like at the end of the song, or keep going a little bit, and they did, but then then there was like the gag of them leaving like the actors in the studio. So it was like,
yeah,
it just seemed like it just kept going, right? And so it's like, when is the end? Oh, this is the end. Okay.
This is the end. So interestingly, so this is your, out of 9 movies we've watched, this is your number 7, but it's my number 4.
Oh wow.
So kind of slightly different. Again, there's about like 30 of these we're gonna watch.
Do you feel that in your heart?
That it's my number 4? Yes, considering the quality of what we watched. Yes, 100%. It's a relative, because my number 4 movie is only a 6 out of 10. I think that speaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Above that for me is the Muppet Musicians of Bremen, and then above that Emmett Otter, and then of course at the top the Muppet movie. So, so yeah, I mean this makes sense so far. It'll be interesting once we start watching, because we've only watched one true movie, one theatrical, more than 60 minutes. Like I think the longest ones we've watched have only been like an hour long.
Oh wow.
I think besides the Muppet movie.
Besides the Muppet movie, yeah.
Right?
They're all like kind of like TV.
They're all TV specials.
TV movies.
Every single
specials,
one,
yeah.
except for the Muppet movie, has been a TV special of some kind.
This was a TV special?
Yep. This was on ABC.
No,
Awesome bitchin' channel, as Viviana said in the last one.
No, I know. Oh, okay. Interesting.
And there were even more TV specials and stuff, but again, I only include stuff if it's feature length, which is 40 minutes or more. So there's a couple that are like 25 minutes, like they were for a half-hour block or something.
Feature length is 40 minutes?
According to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the qualification to be for
an award, yeah.
Right, as opposed to being either in the short subject category or like the regular category, 40 minutes or more is considered a feature. We really need an intermediary. We really should have...
Yeah, I feel like that's like a short film. Like a long short film.
Well, because think about it in literature. We have novels, we have short stories, but then we have the novella in between. I feel like we need the movella, like the movie, like the... a featurette, if you will, right? But sometimes featurettes are like, people use that term to describe bonus features on a DVD.
Yeah.
But like, I would say that really there should be a category from like, because also 39 minutes doesn't feel like a short film. So really it should be like 0 to 30 minutes is a short film, 30 to 60 minutes is a novella, and then 60 and more is a feature.
Yeah, I would think like at least an hour. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
what the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences says, and god damn it, I'm gonna stick to it. But in any case, that's it for this week's episode of Now That's What I Call a Franchise.
Phew.
Next week, we'll be watching nothing. No, I'm just kidding. Next week, we'll watch the next film in the franchise, the 1981 film, Nothing. I'm just kidding. The 1981 film, The Great Muppet Caper, which of course is referring to the food. Viviana, where can they find us? Or is it The Great Muppet Adventure?
The great
Muppet Escapade.
Caviar. Y'all can find us wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Franchise Podcast.
And if you have the time, leave a rating for us on Apple Podcasts, because apparently that helps.
And if you have even more time, leave us a review too.
We know you have many podcasting options, and we thank you for choosing us. Peace out, guys.
Later, Gators.